We are here. Welcome everybody to the shameless promotion for my HBO taping, along with someone as well in here. I think he's on this side. I don't know if he's on this side or on this side. He's also on it. He's also on it. And yeah, Mark Viera, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Viera in the building, guys. So we got a big week ahead of us, man. We got a taping coming out. You already got an HBO taping in the chamber, bro. You're like this is just another Thursday.
Yeah. Well, this is you know what? It always feels surreal when you're going to be on television because you know what you've done. Now the expectation is so high about how people are going to receive it. You know.
Yeah.
You want them to have just as much fun as when you taped it. And the day that we taped, I had a fantastic time. I was having literally the time of my life on stage. I just hope that comes over and people are not, it's funny how comedy lately, especially, everybody's like, because they're home and they're able to watch a lot of comedy, they've become comedy critics. So everybody's like, no, but he's like I like him, but not like I like, Joe Coy. Like Joe Coy, he does more like Filipino. If Mark could do more Filipino, he'd be funny. I'm like, what are you talking? So
I like
right? How you want them to receive it.
My favorite comedians are comedians with mannerism. If I could get a good comedian with good mannerism, sign me the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But dude, now we're living in a time where, especially since we did the taping to now, the world's changed.
Changed.
And it's different now. So yeah, everybody is kind of just like consuming a lot more like programming and like stand up and comedy and content. So yeah, man. So
and they're just becoming voices. And this is the thing. I love the fact that comedy, especially lately, man, for me, because I'm not doing it as much, it's become where I get to listen a little bit more about what people are, like you said, consuming, what they're taking in.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that I'm getting to do that a little more and say, you know what? When we come out of this, not only as comedians, but as a country, hopefully I can be better. You know what I mean? Hopefully I can write better, be better, because there's a reason why this all happened. You know what I mean? For us as comedians, as hard as this is, hopefully something, our creative juices will be on point when we come out.
That's definitely true. I was, do you know JB Ball?
No.
JB Ball. He's a Florida guy. He did, Preacher Lawson?
Yeah.
So him and Preacher, they did this sketch for Comedy Central and it blew up, and it was this Jordan LeBron sketch. It was like, if your favorite basketball player is Jordan, or if your favorite basketball player of all time is LeBron, dude, hilarious sketch on Comedy Central, the whole thing. And I knew him. We did comedy in Florida. And this whole entire time that we've been bunkered out in our houses, he's been working on an album. He's been working on music videos. He's been basically just like powering up, just this whole time. And he's got an album coming out on the 2nd now. And I'm thinking about it, I was just like, that's so like way to get on top of it creatively.
Yeah. I just did some shows and did some new comedy, some new stuff that was from the heart.
Nice.
It's just living inside of me. Mark, like an.
By the way, for those watching, Mark is also a motivational speaker. If you want, you can get your tickets on Live Nation. Are they still around, Mark?
They still have them.
They still have them. So how did it feel to just come out with new stuff and just to
it felt great. I said, it just felt great to be on the creative side of what we do. Not just creating in the moment, but creating inside of me, so that I can kind of give it that natural kind of, we're in the living room feel. It didn't feel as written as a lot of my other sets. I know the beats of my set. It was a little bit risky to be on stage going, I'm just gonna do what I want to do. I'm not gonna do the stuff that I know is gonna work. I'm gonna do the stuff that I wanna say, stuff that, and whether it's gonna be well received or not, I was like, I'm just gonna go.
Did it feel like, I think I saw a clip that because you did West Palm,
Yeah.
like in that whole limbo stage that the clubs were in. How was that? How was to do West Palm Beach during this whole quarantine?
It was difficult as just a human being. It was difficult because of COVID. You know what I mean? Because you're around people, and obviously you don't want to go to the club and leave differently than the way you arrived. I don't want to go to the club, not feeling great and leave the club not feeling well. So
Yeah.
I was that hung over my head a little bit. But once I shook that feeling, everything went well. I would say first show was the hardest show because I hadn't done stand up in 4 months, like in front of an audience. That was the hardest show. But after that first show, all the other shows really went well. And I've been able to post it on my Instagram, some clips of the shows, you know what I mean? Like some clips of the stand up that I was just working on.
You look a lot more free up there from what I saw on the West Palm videos. You just have this it's just like that much. So that's what I'm hearing. That's the consensus, is that if you're gonna jump back out onto a stage, whether it be a drive-in or a live patio show, or if some clubs reopen again, you got to get over the hump of that first show, shake the rust off, and then just get back into the swing of things. From what you're
knowing that you're gonna swing and miss, just based on rhythm.
Oh yeah.
You really don't know how bad your rhythm is until you get back on stage and you're like, oh my God, it feels like home, but it feels like a home you just moved into. It's yours, but you kind of don't know where things are yet. It felt that way. It kind of felt that way. I felt really weird.
Yeah.
For the first show.
You're just moving boxes up there. You're just moving boxes of thoughts.
Yeah. You're like, who's taking this room? Who's taking? Because I like that. You don't know. But yeah, if it not like I don't want anybody to think that it felt odd. It didn't feel like me. If, like I said, it felt like home. It just felt like someplace new again.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing. I've only done the Zoom shows. I don't even know if I even can count those as shows. I've done maybe, I don't know, like 10 total, 11 shows total. And they give me good time on there. And I can work out jokes and I can work out bits and ideas. It's all topical, but I'm getting it out. Like I'm just getting all this stuff out because I feel like, we could talk about what's happening, but there's more to talk about than just about what's happening.
Yeah.
It's kind of, and that has its own rhythm, like you were talking about to it. Like the Zoom shows and you do a joke, you do a stop, like just a little regular standard joke or a bit, and you could either hear like what the fuck is happening? I guess from the muffled chuckles of people that are touching themselves online, that one worked, or just, dude, or even you say something that's just like a funny thought and you give a look to the camera and it's silent.
Yeah, I like this. I like when you're telling a joke and you could, on Zoom, and you see somebody in the audience, going like this, look.
Bro, because they have their mic muted.
Yeah. So look. Oh, you see. Yeah, You don't need. Yeah. And you're like, and you're trying to do your joke, but you really want to know what they're saying. Like, I want to know what you're saying. Fuck what I'm saying.
Forget my bit about how technology is taking over. What's going on with Rebecca out in Dayton?
Yeah.
Dude,
what is she fighting about?
Dude, I've done Zoom shows. Em and I have been doing Zoom shows that people just on their screens, because you could see some people in those big crowds. Dude, so it's like, I've done some Zooms where it's like 150 people were tuning in. And dude, you look at some of the screens and you're just like, there's a lot going on out there.
Exactly. But what's funny is you're still trying to keep a train of thought, and you're like, Yeah, so so I went into this place, and but then you see something happening. You see that shit,
Dude, yes,
and you're like, what? What the? I
bro.
want to hear that shit.
Yeah, and the thing is I think this guy out here, Adam Hunter, he has this Tuesday night Zoom thing, and his whole thing is that he'll cut to different people in the middle of your set to random people that you may be referring to in the joke. And he does this all because he hosts the show. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. And we just caught wind of it with the last one that we did. So we make a reference like, that homeless guy that you see on the subway train, and then they'll cut to like some random dude that's got like a fedora and in front of his laptop playing World of Warcraft, and you're just like, that's great. That's just fucking great right there.
Yeah.
And it makes it for a more entertaining show, and it's a different format. But yeah, man, I think that stuff is starting to open up little by little. I think it's more so you're getting outdoor stuff. I miss doing outdoor shows, man. I haven't done an outdoor show in like probably a year. What was the last show that you did? Was it West Palm, or was it like another?
No, West Palm was indoors.
But I'm saying I know that one was indoors. Have you done shows recently?
No, I haven't done anything since. That's been about a little over a month now when I did West Palm. But the last outdoor show I did was in Queens, New York. And it was great. It was just hot. Like, you don't know what you're going to get when you do an outdoor show. You don't know if you're going to get lightning and they're going to shut it down, or it's going to be, 84 degrees, but 97% humidity.
Yeah.
And you're just standing there, you haven't even gone on stage yet, and you're already sweating because you can just tell that your set's going to take you 25, 30 minutes in, and you're going to be just a hot mess. Dude, sweaty, disgusting mess.
I love that shit, bro. I love a set where the air conditioner's broken, where like you're just battling the elements. Bro, you have no idea how many shows in Miami I did on Monday nights. This place in Little Haiti, a shithole of a night. It was just like the back, this back corner of a jazz club called Churchill's. I don't know if you know about it.
I never did it, no.
Dude, and by the way, you gotta talk to Gene Harding about doing the Tuesday patio shows at the Improv. So if you want to get back on the horse, that's definitely talk to Gene. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to Gene. I'm
here
in West Palm. I'm here in West Palm most of the time, so.
But it's worth it because they put on a good show out there in the patio, and the staff from everybody in Miami. But yeah, dude, I love when So in this particular place on a Monday night, bro, it's outdoors. It finished raining maybe 45 minutes to an hour ago, so the humidity is unbearable. Humidity. You're just like, what spot am I on the lineup? What's I'm fourth? Okay. All right. No, I'm just gonna wipe off this moisture that's dripping down from my fucking face.
Yeah.
5 minutes in front of a crackhead and two drunk punk teenagers. It's like that's how dude. And the thing is, but those were the sets that make you, bro. Those are the sets that like, dude, and I just love it when you're just in the middle of it. I've done those sets where I'm doing like one of those like long 30 or 40-minute sets, and no AC, nothing. You're sweating bullets, and you're just drenched in sweat, and bro, it's like a good performance and workout. Like I don't know how to
say, yo, man, I've been there, man. I've definitely been there, and I love those. But I'm honest, I want to work out. But I don't want to die trying to make a 5 people laugh in this juncture. You know what I mean? I love what I do, but I got to be honest. I don't want to take nothing away from how beautiful comedy is and how beautiful it feels. So I want to get to a place where we were probably a month ago, where okay, it's half capacity, and you're doing your best at a club, and you're trying to make the best of a funky situation.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like you said, I love all the workout rooms. I love to visit. You just in your mind, you wanna be back to work. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. No,
Not back to working out. I want to go back to work. You know, I want to go back to, honestly, the difference with me is, and the way I think of it is that, you know, this is my livelihood. This is absolutely all I do to make money. And so, and to make a living. So when this thing happened, it took me away from the thing that I love to do and the way that I make money doing it. You understand? So from selling merchandise after the shows to meet and greets, to selling the tickets online, to working on Instagram and social media to push the essence of the show and what my comedy is like. Man, I just missed the whole thing, you know?
Yeah.
I spend 3 days a week, you know, just setting up my promo, you know what I mean? Like now it's like I'm missing all of it. Getting to the airport, getting to the club, you know, all that.
I get you, man. I get you. I think that that definitely we are slowly but surely finding our own footing when it comes to like getting back on the horse with stand up for us as comedians. But I think that this what comes out Thursday, man. It's a great way to kind of like fan that flame, you know? I mean, like let's be honest, bro. It's like why I'm looking at just all the stuff that's going on right now. We're just releasing content. That's what we're doing. We're releasing content, and it's a great form of it too.
Absolutely. Look, man. I'm with you. Like I said, even in the beginning, what we did in San Antonio in this taping with the Hot Comedy Festival, you know, was amazing. It's always amazing when you can get a lot of comedians in a room, get their energy recorded, get their comedy recorded too, and put out that product. You know, sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes, you know, the comedian gets too wrapped up in his set and forgets that energy, or, you know, remembers the energy and forgets his set. I think most of the comics that they're gonna see are so good on this special that they get to see both things. They get to see the energy, the comedy, all that being displayed. So I think, honestly, like I feel for myself, I thought it was a great set. I thought it was funny. Thought it was something that I wanted to talk about and it's going to be relevant. You know what I mean? I like to do comedy that isn't just relevant today. I like for it to last, right? Because you never know what the next big thing is on the internet. And people are going to be like, you know, people are doing my jokes that I did 10, 12 years ago now on the internet because I never wrote a joke for the time. I just wrote a joke for the humor, you know, for the funniness. So this should be really funny, man. You know, this should be so much fun.
Yeah, man. August 20th, Thursday. Download HBO Max. You can catch me. You can catch Mark Viera on the Hot Comedy Festival. It showcases the top Latino comedians around right now, just showcasing their perspectives, their point of views, and it's a beautiful thing. The Latino culture is amazing. Going back to what you were saying about, I find it very, very interesting about the timing of this particular taping and also your taping as well. And you were going on the road all the while you were working on these two particular sets. Did you know that you were working these two particular sets, one for the HBO taping for you and one for the Hot Festival? Because it's kind of tricky to kind of play this balancing act of what you want to do that's ready or what you want to do that still needs work. Like, what was the process for when you knew that you had this one particular taping and you had another one? Like, when did you find out about which one first?
Well, I found out about the HBO Latino project. I found out about that one first. But shortly after I found out about it, you know, I got offered the Hot Comedy Festival set because the people from the Hot Comedy Festival were at my taping for the other HBO Latino set, for the Entre Nos set. And they were like, well, we got to have you on Hot Comedy Festival. Once they said that, you know, that they wanted me and we agreed that I was going to do it, that's when I set aside some material, you know, that I hadn't done. It's material that the audience hasn't seen me do. And I'm always trying to come from a different perspective, like the same world, but a different perspective.
Yeah.
You know, like now, you know, I was married all that time. Now I'm not married. Now I'm dating. You know what I mean? Like I have a girlfriend. You know, it's just a different perspective, but it's the same Mark Viera inside.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just growing up I'm growing up in front of the audience.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? And that growing up and evolution has been happening within the comedy as well. So not just happening inside of me, it's happening in front of the audience because it's happening in my comedy as well. So I'm able to almost show off. Look, man, I'm a different guy. Like I'm really becoming the man I've always wanted to be. Period. End. You know what I mean? I'm more calm. I'm more subdued. I save the energy for the stage. I used to be different. I used to be just as energetic off stage that I was on stage. A lot of joking, a lot of you know. Now I'm just like
that's my favorite joke of yours. Is
that that was when I do that, like that's when I know that it's gonna be funny. But so now I just feel like, all right, it's time to do something. It's time to be Mark Viera 2.0. You know what I mean? And kind of just graduate.
That's super smart because it's like you have you give the audience a timeline. You know, you give them you give them you know, like in this particular chunk of us, you know, getting to know one another. This is a little sectional thing that I got going on. And now for this one, you're going to be like, all right, now this is what's going on, you know, just a little window into this little, you know, room that I have in my life. That's cool, man. That's cool. I don't even know where to go from the, I mean, I think that a lot of the stuff that you talk about, and especially the fact that it is a lot very observational, is like, you know, going to like inward. It's like trying to figure out, because I mean, I have the time for a half hour, but I feel like time has stopped still for a minute. Like I just have to maybe like revise that material and look over it again, and then maybe go out and kind of like throw it, you know, against the wall somewhere, or kind of just like listen to old recordings of the material. So that's kind of like, I find it interesting because of just the with your case, because of the time frame of like, all right, I gotta go ahead and I gotta separate this amount of time, and then it's just like, oh, I have this whole subset of like, it's like a B-side.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I did for these sets. I said, you know, look, I'm pouring everything into Entre Nos, right? Because I had no clue that Ha Comedy Festival was coming. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I prepared that 20 minutes, dude. It was the most I've ever prepared for any taping.
Of course.
As far as material was, I was like, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that. I'm no longer married, so I don't want to talk about that anymore. But I do want to talk about social media, you know, how women feel about it, how women and men are so different with social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And then when I got hot, I was like, you know what? Not even going there. I'm going someplace completely different.
Gotcha.
I want to talk about the things that when I see women, that's how I see them. I see them all as beautiful nuggets. Why don't they see themselves like that? You know what I mean? And that was like a question that I posed immediately when I got on stage to do the Hot Comedy Festival. It's like, ladies, like, where are you? Where are the beautiful women? Where are the ones that know that they're beautiful, that walk the earth beautiful?
Yeah.
And then I ripped them apart, you know? And I said, oh, so you are? So then stop the shit then. Like, stop doing this, and why are you doing that, and why are you making us crazy, asking us, baby, look how am I in my eyebrows? Look, I put new one. Like, it's like, I like the originals. Why you have to go with the new shit? Like, so
I want to walk out and I want my face to be like this. If you don't love me, you don't love me. If you don't let me walk out with my
face, how's my teeth?
If this is not good for you, who are we? Who are we?
But you're like, I never complained. Like, don't ask me, because I never complained about your original shit. Like, why are you asking me, look at this and tell me how that, well, I'm like, I never complained about the original shit. I like you. I like that. Leave it alone. And they're just like, no, because it looks stupid. I want to change it. You're like, So, my comedy comes from my own questions about that experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mine's does not, as you can tell. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with anything. You don't have to really connect the dots. I've been described as you're sitting in front of 60 television sets that are on at the same time. So that's the way.
I would agree. I would say a loose wire that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because comedy makes sense, and you got to let the artist create the art, you know?
dude. And,
People think that it's just about funny, but it's about us creating the space. And your space is yours, just like mine is mine. You know, mine is very observational. I want to bring you into my story somehow. You know,
that's so true, Mark Viera. Is that my space is my space and your space is your space, because
that's
our spaces
it's a shame that we have to be on Zoom and people can't see us sharing our spaces because
it's all about the spaces with the faces, because
that's it. You know,
you don't want to be in the space, in the atmosphere of spaces and faces. You just don't.
No, right away you want to be in the places with the spaces and my faces. Like I know that, David.
That's it. Places with your faces and the spaces. Doing yeah, what? Who knows what the fuck these people are tuning into right now?
Yeah.
But no, we August 20th, Thursday.
August 20th.
You download the application. I had to describe to my mother how to download this shit. She was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing.
Because you're my mother.
He's like, you're my mom. Figure it out, Mom.
Mom, you don't even learn.
My dad was super easy with it. Yeah, no, I got it.
I downloaded it.
I downloaded it.
Yeah, I downloaded it.
I got it.
It's on my phone. I'm watching on my phone.
Yeah. I'm in a bubble. I'm in a bubble right now.
I'm like the NBA. Why can't we do comedy like the NBA, right? In a bubble.
That'd be great. That'd be great. I have a comedy bubble.
Comedy bubble. Where it says they put the thing, beep, they check our thing, beep, and then they, right?
Yeah, but they test you not for temperature, but if you're still funny or not.
You're still funny. Mira, that should go, you gotta go.
This guy got
funny.
corona and his bits aren't landing.
Get funny and come back.
Yeah. Get funnier, watch some YouTube videos, and figure it out.
Come back when you feel ha.
Yeah. This temperature gun reading is looking like you suck.
Yeah, you ain't got it today. Yeah, this is weird. This is beautiful. Hot Comedy Festival. They really did a great job of putting this together, and I think people are gonna be laughing a lot. And like I said, I just hope that I'm one of their, I always hope to be one of the highlights, a standout because of, the time that I put into the material, the way I immerse myself into the comedy, you know what I mean? So I know they're gonna love you. You're funny, your set was incredibly funny. And you just have but you have like a Robin Williams, energy, you know what I mean? With your own distinct voice. And that's always, man, I always say the energy in the comedy, once it comes together, it's just, it winds up being beautiful music, it winds up being a very beautiful thing to watch. So I know they're going to love it. Dude, hosted by Angela Johnson.
Bro, hosted by Angela Johnson. Mark Viera's on the bill, and he busts out a massive meteor of a set to close it off. That was dope. I loved it because even during the taping, we were just like, hey, I gotta keep talking. There's more shit I gotta talk about. but dude, the whole experience was great. And basically like that whole weekend was just top notch. What do you got planned coming up? What do you got in the future? What's up next?
Well, I'm gonna be in quarantine for a while until. All
right, man. I'm out.
Hey, until this ends, I'm here. So if you can send help, please send help. I am stuck in a place.
Someone assist us quickly.
Somebody please come help me. I'm so stuck.
What's in the future, bro?
Well, this is what I've been doing, while I've been off. Like I call it a forced vacation. I'm calling it a vacation because at least I got my woman, right?
That's what's up.
At least I got a little something soft to touch on. I wrote a treatment pilot for a TV show, not a sitcom. It's actually a talk show and I'm shopping it out to different people. It's hard to get to people though. They're not answering. They're answering emails very gently. You know, like, hey, I got my team. We're gonna look at this in a week or whatever. So it's just been kind of hit or miss on getting things into people's hands.
Yeah.
But again, based on my experience of being off from work and the trials and tribulations of being off from work, still being a dad, still being a comedian, still being a man, those four things kind of made me look at life differently. And like, look, I talk for a living. Maybe I can create a talk show that talks more to the men's spirit, because a lot of things that we watch on television is like a woman's point of view. You know what I mean? So this one would be more spirited by men, you know what I mean? And how we feel, which is again kind of a thing that people don't want to put on TV. You know what I mean? Like a real sit down, hearing how men are faring in all of this, and just not just in life, but with this, with you know, with all the stuff that's going on in the world. And you know, I just feel like, where's our forum to be honest? You know what I mean? Just be honest.
Man. I see a lot of I mean, and again, I think that there's a lot of formidable pieces of programming, especially when you look at the talk show format, on both ends of the spectrum. You have very entertaining people on television right now, and you in the daytime arena, you have more so leaning towards having a more female-centric host. Like you have The View, you have
the Chew, the this, the that,
the Dip, the Sombrero. All of those shows, you know, they're hosted by women. No, but and dude, I love watching. I watch The View for Whoopi, you know, because it's Whoopi, you know. But yeah, I think that's a good idea, man. Like just
So I created something for people to look at. I wrote it out, you know. And again, I think even as a comedian, you want to bring humor to stuff because you want it to be received in a light way, but you still want to talk about the things that matter, right? The things that matter. I think that's at the base of what this would be about. It would be about the stuff that matters, and it matters to not just men, but dads, sons, fathers, you know what I mean, brothers and all that, and husbands and whatever. And you know, it's just a lot of stuff that we're not, you know, we're shunned at talking about. You know, it's like, you know, if a man cries, it's weak. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, it's not about crying. It's about allowing someone to be emotional.
That's a great idea, because, bro, I mean, like, I don't see a platform. You know, it's just, I think that, yes, absolutely. Like, if you go ahead and you have someone to, like, turn to, like, when you look at, and the viewpoints, you know, different viewpoints, different perspectives. I used to love to watch, like, Tough Crowd, like, with Colin Quinn.
Yeah.
For him, like, him and Patrice would go at it, you know, and they just, like, chop it up with Boss and all that. And Larry Wilmore, he had a show, too, that it was kind of like counter viewpoint. But yeah, I think that there's something therapeutic about something like that.
I just think, you know, like I said, my own experience, I don't see my own viewpoint being talked about. You understand what I mean? So I always figured, find out what people need and then try to fill the gap. You understand? It's like cell phones, right? It was like, how can I talk to someone when I'm not home? So you find what's necessary, and then you try to fill that, right? And there were many attempts at the cell phone until it's now, right? Until now it's just perfecting it. It's like that. It's like, all right, well, we don't have something like that. Like you said, there are shows where men host, but this is different. This is a forum for men, you know, not specific to topic. Just these men are going to talk about everything. You know what I mean?
Dope.
Everything.
That's dope. It almost has when I'm thinking about that, it's like the best damn sports show. It was this round table, and bro, that's a great concept. I mean, I'm very, very much down for like a View like show, but with guys talking about their own very like level-headed, reasonable just, you know, conscious perspective on just the world and the things that are happening and how we all deal with it. That's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, and this is how I feel. There's a show with all the doctors, and they're talking about really medical stuff.
Yeah,
and it's guys and it's females, but again, this idea just lends itself to be more about everything than something specific. You understand what I mean? So maybe have one of those people as a guest on this show to talk about men-specific type health issues, not just physical, you know, that mental, that emotional place that, you know. So I look at it as you can have whoever's the panel, but then you have these guests that also come in to help that out, right? So it's not just about being like I said, everybody has a format. This format would be specific to, you know, to just any topic, every topic. Okay. Not just like sports guys yelling in each other's face. You know what I mean?
You don't know shit about the Raiders. You don't know a damn thing about the Raiders. I swear to God, I will slap you in the mouth if you make fun of the Oakland goddamn Raiders.
You see, that becomes annoying, and then you look at what Steve Harvey has had to do. His show has evolved.
Yeah.
His show was a talk show, and now it's a spiritual show. It's turned into a one-on-one interview show. He's got so much going on that show. I'm saying, well, why doesn't Steve have a panel? You understand what I mean? So instead of saying, all right, Steve, here's another job for you, I'm saying, here, I'm willing to do the job with a couple other guys. Give us that opportunity. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm all for it, man. I think that there's definitely a platform for both men and women in that forum. Yeah. And I think it's about time to definitely get some and
I'm trying to champion when the next Latino is going to be in charge of something. You understand what I mean?
It's probably gonna be me for city council, but I give it a couple years.
You know, I ran for class president. You know what I mean?
Up. That's all you need, Mark Viera.
Yeah.
That's all you need, bro.
In 85, I did well.
Did you won the election that year?
I became vice president. Yes. Everyone, thank you.
So 1985.
Yes.
Vice President Mark Viera went ahead and released, along with myself, a taping for HBO Max. It comes out August 20th. If you download the app, you will watch the two of us perform our stand-up acts before your eyes. You go on your phone, you go on your computer, your smart TV, you download the app. Let's say you don't want HBO Max. You're more of a Disney Plus kind of person, right? Try out the app. Try it out. Put it on your phone. You know, it's not that difficult.
It's a free trial.
Yeah, it's a free trial. And the movie list and the series list is pretty deep on that. I actually like.
Yeah, well, they have a lot of great programming that comes from HBO and beyond. But like I said, the beauty is that HBO has always been known for great comedy. So that's why I stand by this product wholeheartedly. You know what I mean? Again, hosted by Angela Johnson. We shouldn't have to say much more than that.
Yeah.
But you know, we're bringing a very distinct kind of recipe for funny. And if people are tired of hearing, I'm sorry, but the same old songs, even though they laugh at their favorites, you know, I think there's always room for a new favorite. Always.
So, absolutely.
Watch this. Watch it, yo.
Hey, listen, if you have a television or a computer or like something where you can like look at it digitally,
then just watch it.
Digitally, like if you look at it digitally, it's the best.
Because it's digital.
Basically.
Yeah. We live in a digital world, so now I'm a material girl. You understand?
That's what's up.
I'm a material girl.
Yo, but dude, I'm excited about that. I have like a couple little projects that I wrote down during quarantine myself. It's not to the scale of your Steve Harvey Best Damn Sports Show idea, but that's fucking amazing. Just same thing, pretty much. Just like I'm just gonna, you know, find the first outdoor show that you know, and just start working on some new stuff. You know, working on the stuff that's been working and. You know, just get back on the saddle with that, man.
Yeah, and that's what we need to be, man. Both of us, we need to be on stage somewhere making people laugh. And then behind the scenes, we need to be in the space where we're creating the world that people, they know, but they don't know us in it. You know, I always prompt younger comedians to write about their world, you know, because there's a shortage. There's a shortage of our stories to be told, and we have to be bold enough to write them. It's not just about being funny. You have to be bold enough to write your story, because that shit goes well beyond everything else that you can do, you know? As far as comedy is concerned, I always said it. I want to be known as one of the greatest comedians to do it. That's what I work towards every set. But outside of that, I don't want to miss an opportunity to tell my story. So I try to mix them both in. So this way it's easy to tell what my stand is, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean,
that guy comes from the Bronx, and people know he's a New York guy. He's, you know, he grew up like this. He grew up like me. He grew up like my uncle, you know, whatever. It's easy to connect that, you know? It's easy to connect that because it's in my story.
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I think that that's what you and and look, for those of you watching, we're going to do more of these shits. Because there's too much Mark Viera and David Del Rosario in these two screens. There's too much of it. There's just too much.
Way too much. It's people are like, why am I thirsty? Because I'm getting parched watching these two. My mouth is dry.
Dude,
look, my bottle's empty. Look.
No, I still got plenty of fluids in mine. Bro, I wanted to ask you this, and what's your mindset right before you go up on stage? Because I know that when I'm going up there, and you're talking about you working towards being one of the best comedians of all time, I think that the ones that like us that try to strive for that greatness, you know, down our path that we each take individually, I'm going up there to rip motherfuckers' arms off with my comedy. What's your mindset? Is it on that same wavelength? Because it's like there has to be some ferocious animal that dwells within the cavernous bowels of Mark Viera. I know it's in there, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, well, I honestly, I couldn't agree with you more. When I'm backstage, when I'm getting ready to go on, I'm trying to hurt someone bad. I want you to shit yourself. I want P to come out. I want you to laugh from a place that you haven't. That I want people to go, wow, I haven't laughed like that in a long time. You understand what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm going for that. You know, when somebody laughs so hard that they, without intent, snort. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Like, real unintentional fucking, oh shit, I snorted that. You know, that thing. So the baba's coming out, the saliva, like, you know, they spill a drink or slap somebody. Like, some dude was telling me, yo, I'm not taking my girl to see you no more. She was breaking my leg, dude, slapping me in my leg. Those kind of compliments.
Yes.
That's the, you know, again, but I'm really trying to hurt somebody, like you said. I tell people it's like when they watch a lion just going back and forth, you know what I mean? Because they know how bad they are. They don't need your approval. The lion knows he's a fucking lion. So yeah. I'm always like that. I'm like, look, I know this shit is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
But it's up to me to be the fucking lion. When you announce me and I come out, it's up to me. You know, I can't come out and just run in circles and go back in. That's not who I am. I'm trying to destroy shit. I'm trying to leave a benchmark for people to go, whenever I see his face, I'm gonna pay to see that guy. You know?
That's how it is, bro. That's how it is.
Well, that's what we do, you know?
Dude, that's exactly, that's what we do, man. And listen, the Lions will be roaring on HBO Max Thursday, August 20th. You download the app and the Lions will be coming out and chomping on your screens, bro.
Right in your face.
It's gonna grab your face and just eviscerate it.
Two people call me the Tiger King.
People call me the Lion Prince. I'm
call me the lion, the tiger's king, and then I was like, no, I'm the lion's king. And it was like, oh, whatever.
I'm the Lion Prince. I'm the prince of all the lions.
The prince of all the
goodness,
lines.
bro. Oh, hey, my brother. So I'll wrap it up with this, man. I've gotten to know you basically through every interaction that I've had with HBO. We've worked together.
Yeah.
And honestly, even before that first encounter, I'd seen your face on the road. My roommates that I lived with in New York had seen your comedy. So I heard you through the grapevine. And I was just like, so when I first met you in New York and we did the showcase for Latino Film Festival for HBO,
yeah,
we hit it off right away, bro. And it was
Absolutely.
like it was strange, man. It was like this affinity that we shared, and I just wanted to tell you, man, that working with you at every single event that we've worked at together, whether it was at the Miami Improv when you headlined that weekend, or that time when we did the showcase for HBO, or when we did the Hot Festival in San Antonio, Mark Viera, bro, it's been an honor to just, you know, you're like a brother to me, bro. Honestly, like
Yeah.
that's how I look at you, man. So basically, check us out Thursday, August 20th, HBO Max, Hot Comedy Festival, hosted by Angela Johnson. You got Carmen Lynch on there, Jesus Trejos, Gina Brion. It's a whole slew. It's like a machine gun style showcase of some of the best Latino talent stand-up has to offer. Mark, bro, go ahead and plug away your social media, man. Let the people know what you got going on, man.
Hey, please, man, follow me. First and foremost, my website, markviera.com. You can find me on social media as Mark Viera Comedy on everything. So Mark Viera Comedy, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all of that. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's YouTube.com/Mark Viera for all kind of comedy content. If you've never seen one of my sets, I got a bunch on there that you can watch my comedy and just get a feel for the kind of comedian that I am. So I always appreciate everybody, you know, following me on my socials. So thank you, brother. I appreciate you having me.
Bro, and also, guys, please check out this man's special on HBO, The Winners. It's also with Alex Carabaño, right?
Yes.
It's basically, it's a nice chunk of Viera before this taping comes out, and you get a better hint of the kind of comedy that it is that he brings to the table. And but with regards to social media plugs on my end, follow me at David Funny Stuff. My beautiful, beautiful girl, my now fiance. That's right. She is, you can follow her at Emery Lee Comedy. So now we're going and doing the whole thing now where we're starting our own comedy hub, okay? And it's called Pretentious Liquid. We're going to have podcasts, movie commentary, so you can watch movies and listen to us talk shit during the commentary. And absolutely, Mark Viera, you're going to be invited to one of the movies that we go ahead and do.
Absolutely, I want to be there. I'm a big movie buff, you know that.
On the comics, the first movie is already out on YouTube. You can follow us at Pretentious Liquid. The first movie out is Jumanji. So please watch it. Follow along with us. David Funny Stuff, Amory Lee Comedy, Pretentious Liquid on YouTube, Instagram. Mark Viera, thank you so much. Come on.
Thank you, my brother.
We did it, guys. We did it. All right, I'm going to stop recording right now.